Hey everyone, it's Michael Goosebumps fan. Today I have another Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book haul that I want to show you. A couple of things I got this week for my collection. This is probably the last video I'll be doing. I think I've got every single version of the books, every single version that's ever been released to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but maybe I have. Of course, these are written by Alvin Schwartz, and the art in both things I got are done by Stephen Gammell, not the newer artist, named Brian Helquist from the newer versions from like 2010 or whatever it was. But the first thing I got was a book that I have a couple of versions of, but it's not this version with this cover and this style of hardback. This is what's called a Scary Stories Treasury. Now, both of the items I got today are kind of a little beat up, a little bit worn out from over time. I'm sure this is probably released in probably like the 80s or the 90s for all I know. Probably the 90s, because all three of the books are in here. The last book came out in like 90-something. Anyway, this is a hardcover book, has the dust jacket and everything else. Really, really nice. I really dig this. I don't know, I really dig it. I'm glad to have it. I have one of the other Treasury books that has the zombie-looking woman from the Haunted House short story from the first book, which is probably one of my favorites. That and the Wendigo story, like my big stories that I adore from these books. Huge fan, as everybody knows on my channel. I'm a big fan of scary stories. I think they're fantastic. The other thing I got was something I did not expect to get. Somebody was selling it on eBay for like 90 bucks, and I found a really good price. I think mine was like 30 bucks for something that I did not expect to see anytime soon in my collection. It is the Scary Stories boxed set, excuse me. I think this is the first one they ever released for a box set. It has the original art for all the books. This is kind of a little difficult to find. You don't really see these very commonly from what I could tell on eBay looking for all these different versions of the books. The covers are the original covers. This is really torn up. It's a lot worse than the Treasury book I had because there's scribbling on the edges of the books and whatnot. But of course you have the first cover, which is extremely classic, extremely fantastic and scary. Then you have the More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark sequel book, also in the 80s. Another really cool looking cover. Another really great looking cover for Scary Stories 3, More Tales to Chill Your Bones is what it's actually called. Really cool stuff, man. I'm glad I have this box set now. I'm going to put them back inside of the box set. Probably never going to take them out again because they go in the collection. They're going to be safe and taken care of and loved because I care about my stuff. Anyway, that is this week's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book haul. Probably the last one I'll probably ever have for a haul at all. I keep rhyming. I don't know. But I wanted these. I'm glad I have them in the collection now. So it's going to be really cool to add to everything else, like the pop figures I have from Troy James and Mark Steger from the movie where they played Harold the Scarecrow and the Jangly Man from the Me Ty Dodie Walker story section of the film. But anyway, what are your thoughts on these two things? Do you have these in your collection? Are you planning on looking out for them? What are you going to do? What are you going to add to your collection if you're a Scary Stories collector? It doesn't seem like there's many people out there collecting any of this stuff. That's why I'm trying to grab it up now, because it might one day possibly blow up a little bit more. You never know. Stuff is already kind of getting pricey with some of the Treasury books and whatnot, but I believe at this point I have all of the Scary Stories book releases. If I'm missing anything, please let me know down below. I'd love to show all that. I might at some point do a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book collection video. I know everybody wants me to do one for Goosebumps because my whole channel is pretty much focused around Goosebumps. I don't want to do that yet until I get all the books together. I have everything. I have all the books that have ever been released for Goosebumps. My problem is that I want to have everything ready to go, read all the books potentially, so it might be the last video I ever do on the channel, I don't know. Maybe at some point, God willing. But there might be a Scary Stories book collection video in the near future. I'm not really sure. I'd like to find out if I already have everything. If anybody watching this, if you happen to care, if you do collect these from Alvin Schwartz and Stephen Gammell, please let me know down below if I got everything. I want to know. I think I do. I think I do. There's no real way to check. It's not like it's like with Goosebumps. There's no way to get online and check for all the merchandise and all the books and everything else. But yeah, it is what it is. What are your thoughts? Put them down below, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good, blessed weekend from God. And thank you for watching. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you again. I keep messing up what I'm trying to say today. God bless you, and goodbye.